by listening to this podcast. Welcome back to the Classics, the cinematic movie podcast that takes you back to the movies of 20 years ago. I am Jay Alonzo, and with me,
it's your boy K Williams. What's going on, Jay?
K, what's going on? We're 3 episodes in. Los has not decided to stop the show yet. I think we're doing a good job.
That's good. I'm glad. That means we don't suck horribly yet.
We don't suck horribly just yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there.
How was your Thanksgiving and your birthday, man? Did you get all your Thanksgiving hits in? Sweet potato pie. You tried Patty's pie, didn't you?
Yeah, you know what? I got a patty pie. I got a patty pie from Walmart, and I had learned that some people who actually get the patty pie, they'll get it right off the shelf, go home, and just eat it right out the box. When you're supposed to actually bake it for a bit more to give it that, fresh out the oven taste.
Right.
So when I got home, I was able to put it in the fridge, and I took my mind off it completely. And by the time I went to my mom's house for Thanksgiving dinner, I left the shit at home.
Nice going.
Yeah. So
they
I ended
ruined
up
Thanksgiving for everybody.
Totally. I mean, what's Thanksgiving without a good old patty pie? Which, by the way, I ended up eating it for a dessert for dinner the next night at my house.
Mm-hmm.
And it was delicious.
Your post-Thanksgiving meal?
My post-Thanksgiving meal, post-birthday meal, because, I had the party at my house Saturday night. Los was there. Kev was there. So it was cool. We had a good time.
That's what's up.
How was your Thanksgiving, man?
Oh, it was good. I house hopped.
It's always good.
I wanted to see who had that you name it list.
Oh, and everybody had the you name it list. It's always good to do a nice drive-by on Thanksgiving. I mean, I believe I went to 3 different places. Me and my daughter went to her friend's mom's house, and then we went to my dad's house, and then we went to my mom's house. And I ate so much food, I felt so blah.
You had the itis? Didn't you?
Oh, the itis was in full effect, my man. Full effect. It was terrible.
Bet.
Terrible. You understand what I'm saying? We get into 2-minute drill, man. All right. So we need to make sure that we've been watching these movies like we're supposed to. So therefore, when we get on this good old mic and we start going off, we know what we're talking about, man. So you ready for 2-minute drill?
I don't know, man. Last time you stomped me with the big show. So I'm a little worried about this 2-minute drill, but we're going to give it a shot.
Well,
I'm ready to go.
The movie we're doing today, I can totally see how some people listening to 2-minute drill are going to be like, all right, I didn't know that shit at all. Or it's been so long since they've seen this movie, they just simply forgot.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Hit me with it.
Let's do it. 2-minute drill starts now. Name one of the many facts said by Ray to Jerry.
The human head weighs 80 pounds.
Correct.
All right. Who is TP being played by? What comedian is playing TP? Rod's little brother.
Aries Spears.
All right.
How soon before the NFL draft did Jerry find out Cush Cushman signed with Sugar?
Ooh, the night before.
Oh,
treated him like a $2 hoe.
Correct.
Who did they mistake Rod Tillman as at the airport?
Hootie from Hootie and the Blowfish.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. That was a good one too. I completely forgot about that one as well.
Yeah.
Who played the sleaze bag double-crossing agent? Sugar.
Ooh. What is his name? It's something more. Give me a second. All right, you got me on that. I just know his last name is Moore. What's his first name?
It's Jay Moore.
Jay Moore. Oh, damn. I was close, though. I had a 50.
So according to 2 Minute Drill here, sir, we're wrapping it up right now. I actually won this thing. Thank you, sir. I'm good at what I do.
I'm starting not to like this game anymore.
I don't see. Listen. I watch movies on a daily, and to the point where my own daughter like kind of hates it because she'll come in like, "Dad, what you doing?" I'm watching a movie. Again. That's the exact reaction I get it from her every single time.
Indeed.
Yeah, indeed. I watch movies, man. This is what we do. All right, so let's get into this thing. For people who don't know what we are talking about the iconic film that is turning 20, not this week, but next week. If I'm not, no, maybe 2 weeks from now.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now. December 13th.
Correct. We have Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money!
Help me. Help me. Help you. I've always wanted to tell my girlfriends that, whenever I was in a strong relationship, and things kind of go off the rocker, like, hey, listen, baby girl, help me. Help me. Help you.
Hey, you know what? I ain't never thought to use that. I'm going to try it.
It's something, right?
It is.
It's something. I can tell you that for sure. All right, so let's get into this thing. Jerry Maguire, release date December 13th, 1996. Opening weekend with Mars Attacks and The Preacher's Wife. Worldwide gross of $273 million with a budget of $50 million. Currently at an 82% on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's not bad, though. You said 230 mil? With a budget of 50?
273 million worldwide with a budget of 50.
273 with a budget of 50. Oh, yeah, they
Yes,
got
sir.
paid off of that. That was a good win.
I don't know. It could be some stuff in there that could maybe make quick hits later on in the show. You never know.
It could.
Nominated for 5 Academy Awards, including Best Actor for Tom Cruise, Best Editing, Best Picture, Best Screenplay, and Best Supporting Actor, in which Cuba Gooding Jr. won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor.
He deserved it, though. He definitely deserved it.
He did. Absolutely. And it's just too bad we didn't see him back on that stage anytime after that.
Right. Took him a minute.
So let's get into this thing, man. Jerry Maguire, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, I can kick it off. Definitely. Right. Starts off with the opening montage of Jerry, talking about the different clients he represents and how it feels to be an agent, the love of the job, but deep down he has there's no heart in it, what he does anymore, and then it shows out of the little montage, he showed like 6 clients he represent, including, Frank Cushman, which was like the number 1 draft pick.
Cushman.
In the NFL. Oh, Cushman.
Cushman.
Number 1 draft pick in the NFL. And it shows one of his clients who had a concussion for the 4th time in the hospital. And I think this is what really set Jerry off. Because the dude's son was like, is anybody going to stop this? I mean, this is his 4th concussion.
And Jerry's just talking... And he's just talking straight agent talk, and he's bullshitting this kid through and through.
Through and through. He was like, it'll take a tank to stop your dad. It will take all 5 VR warrior troopers to stop your dad. Your dad is unstoppable. The kid was like, you know what?
Fuck you.
Sticks up
Great
the middle
line.
finger. Great line. Especially he put so much emphasis in it. Like, you could tell the kid felt it. So then, it goes into Jerry at his hotel during, I guess, an agent meeting or agent conference. He's meeting with all these NFL people, shaking hands, doing the meet and greet, trying to get different offers going. And during this conference, he has an epiphany. He loves his job, but he's not liking himself anymore.
Even before the actual epiphany, we already established that he hates his place in the world. He looks at himself like a shark in a suit.
I think I took that more as he feels like he's drowning.
Yeah.
That's how I took that little montage of him in the pool or him in that big open water. I took it as he feel like he's drowning in what he does. Not necessarily a shark in the suit.
Right.
Brings me to my next point. He started writing that memo.
Right. That was my next point too. We get into the manuscript he writes for the sports management companies. I'm sorry, Sports Management Incorporate is what it's called, and he basically writes a Jeffrey Katzenberg from Disney-esque sort of a rant on how the agents don't necessarily care about their clients anymore. What happened to the time when the agent and the client were close? It was less of a personal relationship and it was more about business.
And that manuscript went from what, 1 page to, I think he said like 25 pages. 25
pages.
That's pretty deep.
And a fun fact for you,
he had feeling in it.
A fun fact for you, the director, Cameron Crowe, actually wrote out the actual manuscript in which Jerry's actually writing to the company.
Really?
All 25 pages.
So he wrote 25 pages?
All 25 pages.
Ooh, that's deep.
So he's up all night writing the manuscript. He gets it done. He goes over to the local Kinko's, if you will, gets it printed out, and has it delivered to the agents at the agency. When he comes into work, people are giving him that slow clap, that really the clap. Everybody knows the clap. All the agents are just loving it. But behind the scenes, you have some people talking under breath, saying basically, "How long do you give him?"
About a week. which was crazy because I don't know if you caught the one dude in the back. He was like, "You said what we were thinking." At least somebody finally said
I caught that. I did catch that. I caught that. You said exactly what we were thinking. No, you wasn't thinking that shit.
You wasn't thinking it. Nowhere near it.
So we get to our first look at Renee Zellweger, who is playing Dorothy Boyd, eventually the love interest of Jerry Maguire, as she's on the plane with her little man, Lil Ray, played by Jonathan Lipnicki. And he's a little cute kid and around with his mom, and she's a single mom, and you kind of get the look of who she is off top. Single mom, just looking for a way. We don't really find out more about her husband until way later. She's just a single mom, a single strong parent, just trying to make her way in this world. Overhearing the conversation with Jerry and Avery. Jerry's was that Avery? Or was that somebody else?
That was somebody else. That wasn't Avery.
That was somebody else. Okay, my bad. Overhears a conversation with Jerry and this somebody else talking about how he is
the lady in the red dress.
The lady in the red dress. Talking about how he proposed to Avery.
This scene I kind of liked. I had to laugh because Dorothy is ear hustling her ass off. Like she is in it like she watching Notebook. She eating the little peanuts on the plane while Jerry's telling the lady in the red dress his how they met story and how they got engaged. She is eating it up. And I think that was the moment she was like, why can't I find that? Or I really want to be with that dude. Because she was like in it like hot butter popcorn into that story. And then, that was on the plane ride. And then they go into the airport and she's calling out for Ray, her son, who dipped off on her, and he is riding the luggage cart. Giving everybody a high five.
Everybody getting a high five and a smile and, hey, this is cute. Hey, whose kid is this? Nobody is asking.
My thing was, didn't nobody hear her say, or she's looking for her son? Didn't nobody catch that she's calling out this kid's name?
Because it's cute that he's sitting there, or standing there rather, waving at everybody, giving everybody smiles, giving high fives. That's cute.
I don't know how cute that could be. I mean, okay, let's be real. He was a cute kid. He had the little lisp. He was like 3 or 4. Okay, he riding luggage. I can give him that. They're in a airport, man. Ain't that national security?
It is, but it's a movie, man. It's a movie. So you have Jerry. Jerry sees Dorothy outside, hears her calling out for Ray. He sees Ray, lets her know where Ray is. Now, this part right here, I dug it because I think as a kid I did it as well. But do you remember when Dorothy is talking to Jerry and Ray is in between them doing this whole jump and flip thing he's doing? The only kids that age would really get a kick out of.
Yep. I was with him. I used to do that.
But as an adult though, that would annoy the absolute shit out of me.
And it did. You could tell by Jerry's face when he was doing it. He was like, he had that moment like, hey, are you going to get your kid or what?
Get him off me, please.
Right. But what I liked about that scene, he knew who she was off top. Hey, I know who you are. You're Dorothy in accounting. Your cubicle is right here on the second row at the corner, and he was like, I'll go look for your son, but you should ask this interesting little fellow over here.
This one we get introduced to Dorothy's sister, played by Bonnie Hunt from Beethoven fame, in which Dorothy makes a quote saying, whatever girl has that guy is a real classy chick. Cut to the next scene of hot, sweaty butter love with Jerry MaGuire and Avery.
Jerry was beating that up, boy. You getting it in. Off the bookshelf? What? That was before the swings were made.
And it seems like Avery was just completely unaffected by what just happened, because she is just, her hair is still good, ain't no sweating going on, she's just out of breath. Meanwhile, Jerry is sweating his ass off, so clearly he did the most work in the situation.
He did. I don't know, though, the way she was, we'll keep it PG. For all the listeners out there, get y'all some bookshelves.
It's a lot you can do. It's a lot you can do with them damn bookshelves, man.
Boy, multiple uses. Get it built into the wall.
Multiple. So we get this this little moment between Jerry and Avery, who we now know is his wife to be, and she's more about getting the job done, and she's stuck with him. And we also get to learn that Jerry is not good at intimacy,
right?
But
sucks at it horribly.
He's one of these guys, and I think this next scene is crazy, because the next scene we're at his what is it?
Bachelor party.
Bachelor party. Okay, there we go.
Yep. He was at that bachelor party his business friends threw for him.
And then they play him the most shadiest video you could. Like, they play a tribute video to him, in which you have the women he used to be with all saying he ain't shit.
He's a liar. He sucks at intimacy. He can't be alone. Hey, but did you notice that one of the chicks in there was Lucy Liu?
I caught that. I definitely caught that. Lucy Liu is still gorgeous.
I was like, man, he was with Lucy Liu?
Well, all right.
Amen to him. Jerry MaGuire was that dude. He had Lucy Liu in the loop. In the midst of them playing all that, it broke my heart to see them burn his makeshift little black book.
In front of him. In front of the whole party.
The whole party.
Crazy. We get to Jerry's office, and this is where we meet for the first time Marcy Tidwell, Rod Tidwell's wife, played by the ever-stunning Regina King.
Wow. Preach.
And then we see the type of person that she is. She stands by her man. You could definitely tell the type of NFL wife she is when it's not so much about, well, how, he needs to make this money because we need this money, da-da-da. It's more about, he's been playing this game for a long time. She understands that he could be hanging it up soon. So we need to put our family in a nice, stable place to where once he's done, once he hang the cleats up, they're good to go.
Right.
So you definitely see how she is as a wife first. And for that, I definitely take my hat off to her for that.
Indeed, because her character shows she was about that business. And she even said it. She said, look, I know the 4 keys to success for a superstar. And she said, I took marketing. My husband did too. And we came to play.
Exactly.
What? That was sexy. That was sexy.
Talk to him. And this is when the snake bag himself, Bob Sugar, walks into the office just to confirm that him and Jerry are going to lunch. And Jerry confirms. The next scene, we're at lunch with Jerry and Bob Sugar, and Bob Sugar fires Jerry.
Hold on. Before we get there, though, did you peep the shade when he bumped in to Jerry and Marcy talking? And Jerry was like, hey, this is one of our agents, Bob Sugar. And she was like, didn't you call our house? Sorry to interrupt you guys. But Jerry peeped it. Jerry peeped it like, hold on, why he call her house? And he blew it off. He peeped it in his face and blew it off.
Exactly. I just thought about that scene just now.
But now we're at the scene where Jerry is now out to eat with his mentee, Bob Sugar. And Bob Sugar hit him with it straight up, like, I'm here to fire you. Period, point blank. And Jerry was like, hold on. Public area, crowded. You brought me here so I don't make a scene.
So I won't make a damn scene.
so I don't make a scene. But you know what? Jerry handled it like a G, and I commend him for it, because when he handled it, he hit him with one of the ruthless lines I ever heard. He said, you know what? I'm over it. Now I want all my clients.
And your clients.
And there you go. There you go. You starting off the battle right there. Cool, I'm over it. But now I want all my clients and yours too. So straight like that. So now Jerry walking back to he's speed walking back to the office. He pulled out his cell phone, started making calls.
In which case,
only issue I had with this was he wasn't prepared. It was definitely a blind side.
Yeah, not at all.
He wasn't prepared to make that battle. Because while he was walking and making call by call off the numbers he had in his phone, that boy Rob was back in the office already, 3 phones on, making all 3 different calls.
At the same time, like simultaneously going.
Simultaneously. He was like, hey, did you hear about Jerry? Yeah, man, I don't know what happened. He went off his rocker, but, you know, how's your mom doing? All right, yeah, we've been talking to you about Doritos. We've been talking to Doritos about you. Hold on, talk to James. Like, dang.
They were going. They were going. They wasted no time getting that shit going.
Not at all. Jerry was making call after call. He wasn't getting nowhere. Everybody's phone was busy. That's because Bob had them phones on lock. 3 phones in. Yeah, every call Jerry was making on lock until he got to Rod Tidwell. I think that was the moment Jerry knew he fucked up.
So we get to Rod Tidwell. Obviously, Rod is pissed about his money, pissed about not getting the shine that he's supposed to be getting, pissed about not getting the endorsements he's supposed to be getting. So this is when we get this iconic phrase, "Show me the money."
Mm-hmm. And that iconic phrase had people who watched the movie walking around the streets talking about "Show me the money." Like, that's how good you would go into work feeling good, talking about "Show me the money, bruh. Where's the money at?"
Hey, listen,
they offering overtime? Show me the money.
Show me the money. That's all it is.
That was all it was.
We established that Tidwell is going to stay with Jerry as a client, who is now his sole client now. Well, no, it's a correction. At this time, we still got Kush Cushman, so no, take it back.
Mm-hmm.
We now get to the scene to where Jerry is now on his way out the door. The whole office now knows he's been fired. And we get the next iconic scene, the next great scene in this movie. Very calmly, I'm not going to do what everyone thinks I'm going to do. Just flip out! Did you notice when when he does that part and does the flip out part, that whole left side scatters?
Yep. But I think this is one of the most gangster scenes because Jerry did his whole monologue about how he built this company up from nothing. He was the man. And he was like, you know what? You all have no manners. And then walks over to the fish tank and says, these fish have manners and they're coming with me.
All I want to know is who's coming with me. Who's coming with me?
Now, I got a question for you. When he did the iconic flip out scene, did that not remind you of when he was on Oprah flipping out on the couch?
That reminds me of every time we've seen Tom Cruise flip out.
The first thing that popped in my head when he did the flip out scene was Half Baked. When old dude flipped out on there. He was like, I'm not going to do what everybody think I'm going to do. Just flip out. Everybody started using that.
It's just one of those really iconic moments. Like, wow. When I watch the movie, I look forward to that scene, and it's only about 15 minutes into the movie when that scene actually comes up. I was really looking forward to that scene once it finally came.
You know, even though only one person left with him, I still think that was pretty dope. Like, I still take that as a gangster power move. Like, yeah, all right, the rest of y'all can stay here and be suckers, but I'm about to go take this one person and these fish. We about to start this joint up, and we gonna see y'all again soon.
About to make something happen right now, B.
The one thing that I liked was Dorothy's main concern wasn't even about the pay. Dorothy's main concern was, hey, you will have medical, right?
hey, she got baby to feed, man. That's what it is.
Right. But you ain't thinking about feeding him. You making sure if he gets sick because you ain't got no money, you can take care of him in the hospital.
So, we're hanging out with Kush Cushman and his dad. Jerry shows up, pretty much pleading his case, wanting to make sure that Kush stays with Jerry as a client.
Mm-hmm.
And, I feel like Cush's dad, I love his name, by the way, Cushman. I feel like his dad was kind of I can't really trust what he's saying, but for the sake of the movie, let's just see what happens.
Right.
So Cush's father tells Jerry, we knew when you walked through that door, we were going to stay with you.
He was like, I told Cush, if you come down here to the door, we'll stay with you. And here you are.
So we're staying with you. Because Cush expects to be the number one draft pick in the draft.
Yep.
Which is soon.
Actually, he was the number one draft pick.
He was the number one draft pick.
He was the number one.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. He just wanted to make sure he went between. Jerry told him that he is the number one draft pick. He just don't know if Denver wants him or Arizona wants him more. But, the moment that he showed up, he told him, like, hey, either Denver or Arizona wants you. We'll work that out. It's going to happen, but you are number one. He was happy because he knew once he had his number one golden player, Cushman, he knew he was going to make it.
He was in there.
He was like, shoot, I got two people. I got Cush and I got Rod. We're going to win with Cush and build with Rod. I think that was his plan. We're going to win with Cush and get everybody else, and then we're going to build up Rod, and he going to be number 2 golden boy out of this new company. Let's get this going. While you in the car listening to I'm Free. So
knowing he was actually fit on himself.
Exactly. Because after that, he flew to the draft. After hearing Cush's dad say, we're sticking with you. You're going to be our manager. And my word is as strong as oak. That's what sealed it for Jerry. Right. So he was like, cool. They go to the draft. The next scene, they at the draft. And at the draft, he's building up Cush to everybody. Then he's like, all right, I done gave Cush enough time. Let me go ahead and go get Rod. So he goes and gets Rod, tells Rod how it's about to work. Look, we about to hit this floor. We about to build you up, get your name out there, get the brand out there. We about to try and get some other offers to get Arizona to counter offer, to keep you. That was the goal. So they go around and it ended up being, it was 5 minutes in the movie, but it was definitely a 20-minute walkthrough. Rod doesn't feel, what's the word I want to use?
He don't feel the love.
He's not comfortable yet. He don't feel the love. He's not confident that he's making it anywhere. So he's like, shoot, let's go do that again. 2-3 more times. Let's go. But Jerry hit him, and Jerry built his confidence up real quick when he hit him with, look, I'm here to show you the money. Rob was like, look, you saying that makes me feel good. Let's keep this going. So Jerry goes up to Cush. And this is when he finds out that Cush's dad's word is not as strong as oak.
Cush's dad's word is bullshit.
It was. Cush got a phone call, and he was like, look, it's probably a reporter. Jerry answers the phone. It ended up being Bob Sugar. Bob was like, hey, Cush, is Jerry there? If he is, just sniff. Jerry sniffed. He was like, look, now that you signed with the big boys, we about to get you in. Don't even worry about it. Just let this go. I understand your feelings with Jerry is personal, but you're not rolling with the big boys. That put Jerry on game. Your word ain't shit. Your word ain't shit, bro.
Which is
I
crazy
feel like
because
it ain't something y'all ain't telling me.
Once we get to that part where he goes, is there something that you're not telling me that I need to know? Everybody faces drops because they know who's on the phone. Cush's father, at this point, knows, listen, man, you lied. We now know you have lied this whole damn time. And on the night before the draft, you signed with...
Night before the draft.
You signed with the enemy. But Cush's father implies that they decided to sign with Sugar over Jerry when they saw Jerry talking to Rod.
Yep, when Jerry was on the floor with the black fella.
Yeah, and
you old racist bastard.
Son of a bitch.
Tells you, man, you can't trust everybody. Now, this is where Jerry fucked up. He should have been had that in writing.
Long time ago.
As
soon as he knew Cush would sign.
Not even. I don't care what anybody say. As an agent, you ain't trying to hear nobody say, I don't deal in contracts, because that's the only way you're going to get paid.
I know.
Is with a contract. As an agent who's been in the game for a while, Jerry should have known that. He should have did it the moment they got to the draft. Sign this right here real quick, and let's go ahead and get you this money.
He should have did it when he went to their house.
But see, his dad threw shade and was like, nah, we ain't dealing in contracts. I don't like dealing in contracts. I'd have been like, nah, fuck that. You gonna write this contract out real quick and sign it saying I am your agent.
Right, that you right. On a napkin or something.
Right, on a napkin. Sign and date it.
So we get to the next scene. Jerry has now been broken the news that he's no longer Cush's agent. He went over to Rod Sugar's bitch ass. We see Jerry get into this issue with Avery now. In which case, Jerry is getting ready to break up with Avery. And Avery decides to give him some pretty standard Tybo ass-beating techniques.
I ain't gonna lie, though. With that ring she had on, she gave that dude a nice 3-piece and a biscuit, boy.
Gave him a good little shiner.
She beat the brakes off of Jerry. Mm-hmm. She beat the brakes off of him. And then told him she was stronger than he was. Now that hurts. Shot at the pride.
Exactly. We're at Dorothy's house. She has now invited Jerry over because Jerry's going through it.
Jerry going through it. He done broke up with his fiance. He just got 3-pieced and a biscuit. You know what I mean? He done lost his star player the night before the draft. He in a depression. You can't do nothing but drink. As an agent, he couldn't do nothing but drink at the airport. But Rod was with him. Rod wasn't trying to hear that. Rod was like, man, pick yourself up, bro. You ain't done. You got me. And we gonna do this together. And he ends up going to Dorothy's house that night to kick it with her. She went to go get him something to eat, spill something on her shirt, so she went to switch. And one of my favorite scenes is when her son Ray pops out and starts chopping it up with Jerry.
It begins this whole bonding thing between Jerry and Ray, which, by the way, was completely improv.
It was?
It was completely improv.
They definitely did that good, because I thought that was scripted, boy. The way Ray worked it out, it was dope. And then he was like, let's go to the zoo. Jerry was like, fuck, the zoo's closed. He was like, oh, you said fuck. He was like, don't worry. I'm not going to tell my mom. Then he hears his mom in the background, was like, well, I got to go to bed. I hear my mom coming. I got to go to bed. I got to go to bed. Bye. I ain't trying to hear you. Bye. I think that was one of my favorite scenes right there. To see that improv going, now that I know it's improv, to see that improv going and hear him at the end saying, well, I got to go to bed. I hear my mom coming. I got to go to bed. I ain't trying to hear you. Bye.
Genius, right?
Genius. You got Jerry talking to Dorothy, and he realizes, swinging a fire stick poker, like, yeah, I'm drunk.
I'm drunk.
I'm drunk. It's time to go. He got a couple of kisses in.
Well, stop. Because when that kiss happened...
Didn't he get a kiss in?
He got a kiss in. He got a kiss in.
Didn't he get a kiss in on the couch?
He got a kiss in on the couch. I'm not going to deny you that. But the way the kiss went in, only a Tom Cruise-esque man could pull that off. Because if he's sitting there with Dorothy, did you notice when he goes in for the kiss, the hand went right to the boob? Yeah. I mean, he went in with the kiss with the lips, but them hands was caressing, man.
I give you that.
So we now get back to Jerry and Rod, and they're having their back and forth in the locker room. And this is where we get the next iconic line to me. Help me. Help me. Help you.
I gotta like that scene. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like that scene. But I didn't like Jerry's part. I liked it for Cuba's part. Because he laughed at him. He was like, help me you. And he mocked him so hard.
Terrible.
He mocked him hard. And he was like, you want me to dance and I ain't gonna dance.
So we get to the next scene. Jerry goes back to Dorothy's house, apologizes for the awkward kiss and tit grabbing, and decides to invite her to dinner.
Jerry definitely went to that dinner underdressed.
Completely.
Or she went overdressed. One of the two.
Because she came out with her dress ready to go. Now that there, she was fine.
Yeah, she was bad. I'd holler. She was looking good in that dress. All right, so they go out to dinner. They end up getting a couple of drinks. They talking business. And then they get to the crib. He's dropping her off. I'm not going to lie to you. This scene kind of confused me for a second. Because they was getting it popping. They was getting it popping on the front porch. And I was like, damn, did I miss? Like, did I blink and miss when they went in the house? Because, like, he was undressing her. He was he eating her out? I don't know what he was doing, boy. He dropped low off screen. You couldn't see him. Then he came back up, and I was like, dang, what happened? Did I miss when he went in?
No.
Nah, that was all on the porch.
All on
the porch.
All of this is on the front porch where neighbors are driving by, walking by. I mean, and not to mention, the porch is quite well lit. So it's not like we can't see.
Quite lit. It was the porch light on. They had the living room light on, the hallway light on. Boy, that area was lit.
So it's not like we can't see.
He ain't even care. He was getting it popping.
So she goes inside.
But
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's right. She rolled in, kicked the nanny out.
Chad.
Kicked Chad out. Hey, Chad came back out, was like, play this Miles Davis jazz. And it will turn the mood right. Hey, man, I ain't peeping until the second time I watched it. He was playing the music in the background.
Yes, he was.
He took the tape and started playing it. He got them cheeks, though.
He said, what the hell is this music? Ugh. So, the next day, Jerry overhears Dorothy talking to her sister, professing her love for Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
After one night, they've been hanging out a lot, getting this new company off the ground. He bonds with the kid. She loves Jerry, and she's not even going to attempt to really deny it. She loves Jerry. And then it wasn't...
That's how you know he put it down.
Yeah. Normally, I'd say this would be a sucker move, but because Ray did it, and Ray's so damn cute, I guess it was cool. But obviously, Jerry is like overhearing them talk. All of a sudden, Ray goes, "Good morning, Jerry," to let them know that Jerry is definitely around the way, hearing everything you're saying.
Yeah, he just busted you out for ear hustling. I think I like the next scene because it shows diversity. You know, the next scene, when they go to the office, you have Dorothy, Jerry, you got Rod and his girl,
Marcy.
You know what I mean? And Marcy, there you go. I couldn't think of her name. But you got Rod and Marcy, and they're waiting to get this offer in the fax machine for Rod, and they thinking it's going to be good, and it was shitty. It was shitty as hell. 1.7 mil for the next 4 years.
Man.
And it broke Rod down. And Rod was like, you know, what's going on? You know, I might as well just quit now. You know, and Marcy held him down. Marcy was like, nah, Jerry gonna work this out. You got me. We gonna get through this together. That shows a strong relationship.
And even Dorothy got down in that conversation because she really jumped in when it was time to kind of jump in to kind of diffuse the rising tension. You know what I mean? Because nobody expected that phone call to be that bad.
Right. And she even held Jerry down. She was like, look, y'all out here getting down Jerry's throat. Jerry's broke. Why she put emphasis on it? Broke. Okay. He has nothing. He is broke. He is doing this for free. I think that put them in check, put them in retrospect. And then she was going to go get his manual. You all need to read this.
He was like, hey.
No. Put that up.
I'm just saying, it's really good and they need to read it.
Yeah. Then the next scene, you got the commercial that Rod was going to do with the camel in the background. And he was like, you know what, man? Nah, let's get you out of here. This ain't the right
You don't need no deal. Camel. You got Rod Tidwell, baby. Rod Tidwell was just the ultimate showboat. Like, that dude loved the camera.
Yep. He loved to hear himself talk. He had an extra huge ego.
So
extra huge.
We now get to this point where Dorothy has been offered a job in San Diego. She's now considering to take this job, obviously due to income and raising Ray, and she got to do what's best for her. So when Jerry learns that there's a job getting ready to come up, and she actually takes the job, and now preparing to move to San Diego, and Jerry's helping her move to San Diego and saying their goodbye, saying bye to Ray. Ray obviously doesn't want to leave because he's gonna miss Jerry. Jerry's gonna miss him. Mm-hmm. Jerry comes up with the bright idea to ask Dorothy to marry him.
And the way he did it was even wrong. He was like, what will make you stay here? I mean, would marriage make you stay here? She should have known from that moment his intentions wasn't good.
Nah, it wasn't pure yet. It wasn't pure.
It wasn't pure.
Not yet.
But she was so in love, she was blinded.
Right.
Eve said it best, love is blind. She ain't see it. But she saw it when that video came up after the wedding. Well, first off, let's backtrack.
They get to the wedding. Backtrack. Because Rod sings, in my opinion, one of the funniest wedding songs one can sing. Rod sings Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. Who the hell sings that at a wedding?
Horribly, though. He sung it horribly. If I was Jerry, I would have sent that to ESPN. I would have sent it to ESPN.
Man.
Just to help boost them up a little bit. Never let Rod be your wedding singer.
So now we're back at the house. And you got Jerry, you got Rod, you got Marcy, you got Dorothy, you got Laurel, the sister. I believe Ray's there. People are there after the wedding. And this is when Dorothy comes across the video that's playing of the wedding. And she sees Jerry's face.
The wedding video.
And there's nothing but he's scared. He's scared shitless. He doesn't know what to do.
Is that the face you caught? He was scared?
I don't know. It was either he was afraid or it was instant regret. Like, why the fuck am I doing this?
Okay, I'll take the why the fuck am I doing this? Because I definitely took it as what the fuck did I just do?
Right.
Not necessarily he was scared, but more of a, like you said, regret. What the fuck am I doing? Did I really just marry this chick so she can help me with the business?
Yeah.
What's really going on in my head? He had that disgust face like, man, I'm fucking married. I don't even know this chick like that. I love her son though. What is going on? I hope I don't do that during my wedding. After the wedding, after she sees this face that Jerry has made, they do a whole bunch of montages where Jerry's gone. He had every game that Rod got, all the away games. They having dinner without Jerry, and she's looking around, feeling bad, like, what the fuck? And Jerry tells Rod, they have this conversation outside of a game. Rod is like, man, why'd you marry her? You know what I'm saying? What was your reason for marrying her? And Jerry tells her, reason why he got married was because she was loyal.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, you're going to have a real good, prosperous marriage with that. You gave me an answer. It's going to be real prosperous. But Jerry was like, fed up. He was pissed off. He was like, you know what? You know the reason why Arizona don't want to sign you.
And he lets him have it.
The reason why you ain't got the
Lets him have it.
He goes in and tells him, you play like a bitch. You brag about how good you are and how better you are than everybody else, but you bitch and moan about the contract you ain't got, the endorsements you don't get, how much playtime you get. He was like, man, just play the game like you used to play it. Play the game like you was back at home before you thought about money. Play it for the love of the game. And then when you do that, that's when you'll start getting the quan.
The quan.
The quan.
Not the coin.
That's when you'll get them endorsements. Right.
I'll be using the term quan for the last maybe, 6 hours. So anything money related, yo, I'm trying to get the quan, baby.
And then, after that, they show Jerry and Dorothy, Marcy, and Rod all out to eat. They got the kids running around the little restaurant.
Right.
And I think Jerry was like, man, I got to try and do something. Because he sees the love that Rod and Marcy share. So he tries to imitate it horribly.
By kissing her ring and kissing her forehead.
Kissing. Exactly. Mm-hmm. How you gonna kiss the ring and the forehead? Boy, stop. This ain't Love and Basketball or Poetic Justice. The forehead kiss don't work in every movie. It don't work in every movie. During this, Marcy goes into labor, and then everybody dips out. They run out with the kids. And I think the labor is what made Dorothy do what she did. Dorothy, that night that Marcy went into labor, Dorothy came out and had the sit down conversation. All men know if it's a sit down conversation, it ain't good.
Yeah, but all men also know.
Sit down.
all men also know that when the relationship is beginning to deteriorate, you know it, and then Jerry and Dorothy, they eventually separate.
Mm-hmm. She told him she want that divorce. She felt she rushed it. I feel like I rushed everything, and I mean, we can still be friends, but I really think we should go our separate ways.
And then we get that montage of him going through that heartache. And then, of course, crying at the bedside of Ray, which is really like, oh, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it sucked.
Yeah, it does. We now get to the game. The game. Cardinals versus Cowboys. Monday Night Football is going down.
Monday Night Football is also the elimination game to see if the Cardinals are going to make it to the playoffs.
Make the playoffs, exactly. So, of course, right on time, we get Snake Bag Sugar.
Bob Sugar,
yeah. Tries to sign Tidwell, try to pitch him a little bit, and then Jerry shows up after their little issues, they make up, and now we're at the game.
Now, at the game, they show nothing but Rod catching everything. But the main focus of this is not how Rod is playing. It's the beatdown that Rod is taking during this game. Mm-hmm. You got all the anchormen, all the co-hosts. They're talking about how Rod is not making it too good. He's catching everything, but he's taking a beating. Every time they hitting him hard. They calling him shrimp, because he's short. But he's a good wide receiver, so they showing him catch everything. Mm-hmm. And then he does one of the best things that ever happened, I guess, to the Cardinals at this time. He does the game-winning catch, but he was crushed between two players. Knocked him out cold on the touchdown goal. Mm-hmm. Knocked him out cold. He wasn't moving. Marcy's watching the game, freaking out because they done cut to commercial,
losing their shit.
Jerry done called her, and he telling her like, look, he's gonna be cool. They got the best doctors on the field. Rod finally wakes up and was like, let me just enjoy this.
Let me just enjoy my moment.
Let me just enjoy this moment. Let me bask in this ambiance. And he gets up, does the dance. Now, that dance.
Goes to it.
That dance, the 1 2 3 1 2 3 people was doing that.
Oh, the shuffle.
They was doing that for a minute. The shuffle, yeah.
Super Bowl shuffle.
They was doing that for a minute. He feeling real good because he know that was the game winner. Game winning touchdown. He done broke out in a break dance. He done jumped up in the crowd.
Not to mention the crowd is
real confident now.
The crowd is screaming his name. Like they are really basking it in that moment with him. Like, this is a dude that they've talked shit about pretty much all season. And now you got...
all season.
He got his moment to really, like, shine, He took a nasty hit, got up, and he owned that shit. I loved it. It was a great scene.
He owned it. Excellent scene. Excellent.
So
now you got the touchdown. Mm-hmm. He done woke up. After everything, he done got dressed up. Jerry and Rod had a moment, man. They had a moment after the game.
Yeah.
Rod called his wife and was like, I love you. We did it. You got the manager of Arizona or the head coach of Arizona showing Jerry love. Jerry talking about show me the money. You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
That's what did it.
Let's back it up real quick because there's something about that scene when Jerry and Rod finally do embrace each other. Like, they actually show how their relationship had evolved from strictly business to a close friendship, which is one of the points that Jerry made in the mission statement at the beginning of the movie.
Right, in his 25-page memo.
Exactly. So now Jerry's flying back to Dorothy because he wants to get his woman back. And he walks through there and he does the hello. And of course, they're in the middle of this divorced women's group, which I didn't even think such a group even existed. That would be a terrible group to even be a part of. But
horrible.
Jerry arrives at the house to get back his woman. So when he does his speech in front of the ladies, and of course you get the next one, you complete me. I say that to my sandwich before I devour it. You
stupid.
Complete me. And then we get the next line, which says not your favorite line, but it's still an iconic line. You had me at hello.
Yeah, I hate that line. I hate it. I hate it. It turned a good movie straight mushy.
Well, yeah.
It went straight mushy. It was, that they put that in there for the women that went with the men.
Right.
Like that, this is definitely a couples movie, but that was strictly for the women. You had me at hello, and she sheds that tear. You better suck that tear back up.
And cue the music and all that. Oh yeah, it was in there.
It was in there. So
now we get to the news broadcast, the ESPN-ish show that Rod's on.
He does the Roy Firestone show.
Roy Firestone, there we go.
And Rod was like, I'm on here, but I am not going to cry. Everybody cries on this show.
So we find out that Rod has acquired $11.1 million contract from the Cardinals for the next 4 years. Basically, he will retire in the same city he started playing in.
11.2 mil.
11.2 million. My bad, brother.
Yep, 11.2 mil for the next 4 years. They was only looking for 10. I think this last scene I liked a lot because it showed how Jerry and Dorothy evolved. They got Jerry and Dorothy and Ray in the park. They're just walking, and Ray's doing the holding both hands and swing me thing.
Swinging
going,
thing, yeah.
And they're talking and chopping it up.
Which I bet still annoys Jerry to this day. The whole swinging thing.
It probably does.
Like, cut that shit out.
It probably does. But at the same time, he did love the little man.
True.
He loved little man, so he might have started liking him doing that.
Until his hands
you got them walking through the park, and they walk close to this little league baseball game going, where the ball was knocked out the park, and they asked Ray to pick up. Well, Ray sees the ball and picks it up, and they asked Ray to throw it back, and Ray launched it. Launched it. The kids was even like,
that boy got talent.
That boy is good. And I think I like this because Jerry was like, wow, he's got quite an arm. I'm not gonna say let's just take him directly to the majors, but it's something we should think about. And then they end it with music and credits. It was beautiful, man.
Oh God,
so beautiful.
Oh God. So there it is, Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire in a nutshell.
So let's get into takeaways, man. So we're going to do things a little bit different on today's episode, and we're going to carry this on for the future episodes as well. With favorite characters, with takeaways, we have our favorite characters, our least favorite characters. We have the scenes that we love, scenes that we hate. But instead of just simply naming it that, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to give out awards tonight. You ready for this, Kay?
I'm ready.
Our favorite character is going to be given the Guy Award.
Okay.
So who's getting your The Guy Award? Who is your guy?
My guy would definitely have to be Rod Tidwell. Got to give him my guy. That is definitely the guy of the movie. And the reason why I give him that award, because it's also my favorite scene. When Jerry loses all his other clients and he's on the phone with Rod for like hours on end. Rod had him act a fool in that office.
Because you stuck
him
with
screaming, "Show me the money." Yeah, he was like, "Show me the money! I love black people! You my motherfucker!" Hey, for people to look at Jerry do that in his office and while he's losing every other client, Rod's that guy.
Okay.
He's that guy.
All right. For me, the Guy Award would have to go to... I'm going to give it to Ray. That little kid, man, I mean, he can really, bring people together. He can hit you right in the feels, make you feel something. That kid made Jerry become a man, if you will. The Guy Award has to go to him up. Yeah, the Guy Award has to go to Ray. Now, okay. So now we have our least favorite character, which we will now start calling This Fool Award. Kay, who this fool?
This fool would definitely have to be Rod's brother, TP, played by Aries Spears, because he was a hater. He loved his brother, but he was
such a hater. Such
a hater.
And then we learned, that he has another brother who lost a leg. So you didn't even lose a leg. Why are you hating so tough?
He was a hater when they did the Monday night football game, and he was talking about Rod, and he was like, you know, he always frees up when it's going national Monday night football. He was a hater. He's a fool. First off, you a fool for sleeping in the house and your room flooded. I'm getting a little beside myself.
No.
We're going to go ahead and continue.
Yeah. All right, so we got those two.
Who was the fool for you?
Oh, that's right, the fool for me. This fool had to be Bob Sugar. I hated that fucker. Couldn't stand him.
You know why I couldn't give it to Bob? Because Bob, straight gangster, took all of Jerry clients. I couldn't give it to Bob.
Understandably so. But then you have Jay Moore, and, you know, by all means, great actor. I've always enjoyed his stuff. He plays sleazebag all too well. So no matter what I see him in, he's always going to be Bob Sugar, the sleazebag agent. Now we're going to go into our favorite scenes, the iconic moments. What's that one iconic moment for you, Kay?
Iconic moment? I said it once before. I'm going to say it again. The Show Me the Money was my iconic moment. You got Jerry Maguire making a fool of himself, all for the love of his client.
Mm-hmm.
That's iconic. It showed the passion. That's my iconic moment. You cannot take that away from agent and client. He was willing to do anything. I think Jerry would have still did that even if he wasn't losing all his clients.
Okay. My iconic movie moment for this movie. It's simple. It's something about, don't worry. I'm not going to do what everyone thinks I'm going to do. Just flip out. That iconic moment.
That be your iconic moment?
It is. And the reason why is because I've been to that place. I've been fired from a job. I can openly admit I've been fired from several jobs. But when you get fired and you don't expect to be fired, it's like, all right, okay, I'm not going to trip. But if I trip, I warned you.
Right.
But I love that scene because like he's at that breaking point, like, shit.
Mm-hmm.
So then we get to what we call our least favorite scenes, which we're not going to call cut that out. Okay, what gotta go?
You had me at hello, you know that's gotta go. That has gots to go. Alright? That's gotta go. Another scene I think should have been taken out was the dude on the Roy Firestone show when they were in the airport and he was crying. That could have got taken out. Didn't need to see that. Didn't need to see that at all. Nobody care about that big black head dude.
Wasn't that Wedge?
Milk dud looking dude.
That was Wedge from Class Act, man.
Yeah. And did nobody need to see him crying profusely?
He gets a pass.
You know, they could have kept that out. They could have cut that out.
Nah, he gets a pass.
My last one. The last one I feel they should have cut out, and you gonna laugh, but I'm gonna be real about it. Didn't nobody want to hear Rod Tidwell singing What's Going On?
I mean,
they could have cut that out.
What the hell? Like, I've never been to a wedding ever in life when that song was being played.
They could have cut it out. They could have cut that out. He sucked. He was horrible. Garbage. He wasn't garbage. He was garbage. Yeah. They could have cut that out.
I would say cut that out would have to be, I think I'm going to have to give it to when Chad gives Jerry that jazz mixtape and Jerry actually plays the damn mixtape. I'm like, okay, no. No. First of all, I'm not going to take this random ass tape from you, sir. And then if you think I'm going to play this tape while I'm in the middle of getting some skins, no, definitely not. All right, well, that's takeaways. Let's get into quick hits. Let's wrap this thing up, man. You ready for quick hits? We got some facts for you.
Hit me with them.
You ready?
Hit me with them.
You ready?
You know I like knowing them.
Let's go. Let's do it. This was Tom Cruise's 5th consecutive $100 million plus film.
I guess that's when you know you a good actor. 5 films straight, back to back, 100 mil.
What's messed up is I cannot name the other 4 movies right now, like at all. Jonathan Lipnicki, Ray, showed up on the set one day telling everybody that the human head weighs 8 pounds. Cameron Crowe liked it so much he wrote it into the script.
Dope.
See, them kids, man, when they show up and they look cute and then hit you with some knowledge that you didn't think you knew, you win every time. Regina King was really pregnant during the filming of the movie.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That explains all of those, like, high emotions when she's doing her thing. Because only a pregnant woman can really come at you like that. Jamie Foxx auditioned for the role of Rod Tidwell, which was later given to Cuba Gooding Jr.
Jamie Foxx?
Which is funny.
For that?
Yeah, which is funny because later on, was this in 1996? So we're talking 7, 8, 9, 3 years later, he got Any Given Sunday?
Yeah. That's crazy. But I think Jamie Foxx was definitely a better fit for Any Given Sunday. I couldn't see him doing Rod Tidwell.
Yeah, I feel like Cuba, now seeing the movie again, only Cuba Gooding Jr. could have really pulled off the Rod Tidwell character the way he did.
Indeed.
So this is a good one. When I read this, courtesy of our good friends at IMDb, I found this fact, and I couldn't wait to share it tonight. So that camel scene that we talked about earlier,
right?
So that
I think it was for a car.
Yeah, it was for
a car company,
some Chevy dealership.
Mm-hmm.
So the camel really was a problem on the set. It chased Tom Cruise, it bit Cuba Gooding Jr., and it stomped out a crew member on set.
Get out of here! Did they put the camel down?
They probably shot that camel, man, for sure. Somebody did.
That's crazy.
Well, there it is, folks. Jerry MaGuire, 20 years later.
Mr. Show Me the Money.
Show me the money. Help me help you. We got it. We got it done. Kay, let the good people know where they can find you at, brother.
Man, y'all definitely can find me as K Williams on Facebook. You can see me on Instagram as PHA1914. I'm also on Twitter as PHA1914. Snapchat, same thing. Holla at me.
Nice. And Jay Alonzo, you can find me on all the social medias just at I am Jay Alonzo. Kay, it's been fun as always, man, and we'll be back next week. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe right here to Beat Network. We got more stuff coming your way. Once again, back to the classics. Kay, we out here, man.
We out, man. Be safe, everybody.
Peace.